So let's start with the next talk under the banner of Young Mind Speaks, a very short talk by Mr. Yogesh Tambe. The topic, the topic is very interesting, unlocking your learning potential, strategies for improving your memory retention. We all need strategies to actually have a long and retentive memory. So Mr. Yogesh Tambe is currently a dual degree student of mechanical engineering at IIT Bhubaneswar. He finished his schooling in Modern Education Society, Nasik, Maharashtra. He completed his 11th and 12th from Matoshri College, Nasik, Maharashtra. His research interests include learning patterns, dynamics of mind, concentration enhancement, and consciousness. So I would like to request the youngest among the young in the series of Young Mind Speaks, Mr. Yogesh Tambe. So over to you, Mr. Tambe.
Hello. In among the big speakers, to give a chance to a student for in the Young Minds Week. So it will be a very simple and rules of memory in learning and information recall. So generally there are three things. One is encoding, second is storage, and third is retrieval. So what happens in encoding? In encoding means the data, the amount of data we are taking in a human body means like in a human brain through the senses, so through the eyes, through the skin, through the ears. So these are the different data. Means one is smell, one is sound, but all these data are transferring through a neuron, right? So it is encoded, encoding through the neuron. So first it is encoded, then it is stored, and at last, after the storage of that data, we are retrieving that data and bringing again that experience or that knowledge into our life when we want that. So this is thing. So then next, memory retention. So memory retention as a student and as a scholar, and also as a means if the formulas, if there are theories, we want to memorize, right? So if I want to, for example, if I want to know what is electrostatic force, so before knowing the Coulomb's law and all this, I should know that what exactly the force is, what exactly the charge is. So it means the foundational data, foundational knowledge should be always in our long-term memory. So that's why it is one of the very important. Then second is retention of the skills. Means for example, if I want to learn the guitar, so in guitar, what are the things like we learn major chords, we learn minor chords, right? When we learn these things, when we go through this process, and it is in our mind, it very means rigidly. Means if someone tells me play the C chord, then at that time, exactly when I play the C chord, means it is stored in a long-term memory. So these things should be in long-term memory to play some songs. Similarly, in the mathematics calculations also something should be stored permanently. So that's why means memory retention becomes very important, and also in application of knowledge means the knowledge, the amount of knowledge we are getting inside it, and that we will, and the experience of the knowledge we are getting inside it, we are using this knowledge in our future. Means if certain situation comes to in front of us, at that time we will see that we will take the experience from the past. Means at that time, means some years ago these things happened, so I did that. So this is this at that time it makes problems to me, so I will find this a different way. Like this means the knowledge and the experience we are getting, it is stored, and that's from that stored knowledge we are doing something means better, like that application of knowledge. So next, effective strategy. So we will see some of the effective strategies. It is very simple strategies and tips. So first is thinking positive. So you can think means why think positive thinking and memory retention is it is interlinked, but it is so much interlinked because so many papers are there, research are there in this means so first I will read these 2 points, that is negative thinking shrinks our mind, example situational fear, and the second is positive emotions like joy, contentment, interest, etc. broaden the sense of possibility and opens our mind. So imagine that you are going in a jungle, you are walking in a jungle, and suddenly lions come in front of you. So at that time, so what comes to you first? That is situational fear. In that situational fear, you will not think in so many ways. You will only run. Means there are the options to climb a tree. There are options to attack the lion. Means there are so many different options, but only one means the the possibility of thinking shrinks in the examples like situational fears, in sadness also, in the person who are in depression, who's in stress. Means the amount of possibility we are thinking, it becomes very less. And we can see that so many poets, so many writers, they write so many things, and in that, when they write so many things, the common things in all of them, we can see that they are in a peace, like in the mood of happiness. Means all the great poet, they write so many things in the sitting in the sitting in the nature behind, means in the around the tree, like that. Means these are the means peace and positive thinking. This brings our memory retention very nicely, and we can think in a very nice way. So it also, thinking positive also increases the ability to think logically, the problem solving skills, empathy, compassion, forgiveness. So there are very many things here. So next is mind mapping. Mind mapping means it, you can see as a tree diagram. Means in a tree diagram, means there are so many different data, like means there are 4 or 5 pages of data, and when we compress all this data in a single page through a tree diagram, through simple visualization, through simple images, it becomes very easy to memorize things and to access the things also. So mind mapping is a very powerful tool that can be used for brainstorming, note taking, problem solving, and organizing information. So in this also, our summer school, you all are taking notes, right? So by this technique you can do this chunking information. So it is also very nice thing. Chunking information means big data you are dividing into small parts, and collectively, by remembering the parts, you are collectively remembering all these things. Like this is a big number, right? 356 means this one big number, right? 356 816 792. So I am dividing this 333 in three parts. When I remember this first three numbers, second three number, then the next three numbers, it becomes easy than remembering that one whole big number. Similarly, there are big spellings like that. Means this is just a very simple example, but you can use this technique in very complicated situations also. So next, retrieval practice. So retrieval practice means practice. Not only in our physical world we need practice for to remember the things. It is also practice is also there is also practice important. And so when we practice retrieval information multiple times at spaced interval, we engage in active recall and reinforce the neural pathways associated with that information. So means when you read something, if you if you keep practicing, it will be easy. It will be go from your short term memory to the long term memory. So here is the reference. So so we commonly use as a students, anything we know, anything if you don't know, we are going to a Google or a Siri. What is that? What is this? Means in our brain there are certain things. Means we are not forcing it to you to in our use. Means so please make an attempt to retrieve the things that you have learned before going to a Google or a Siri. So avoid bright screen before bed. So this is one, that the blue light emitted by a cell phone, TV, and computer screen inhibits the production of melatonin, hormone that control your sleep wake cycle. So means this screen is affecting our sleep cycle, and sleep cycle is connected to our memory. So in this way, means we should not use our phones. Means before going to sleep, or we should not use any screen. So roughly and 1 hour before bedtime, turn off your devices and allow your brain to unwind. So this is the reference. So next one is learn something new. So memory strength, so memory strength is just like I have said earlier, right? So memory strength is just like a muscular strength. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So this is the point. Some of the examples to learn something new means every time we should not be means in learning something new we should be use some constructive learning, right? It gets it will be helpful in our future. Like learning a new instrument, play mind games like Sudoku, chess, learning a language. So this is the one research from National Center from Biotechnology Information found that speaking more than one language can delay the onset memory problem in the people with dementia. Dementia is one of the very means it is harmful to for us like that. And keep yourself busy. So keep yourself busy with what? Means constructive things, not with the Instagrams, YouTubes, all these things. We should be constructive, right? So means so busy schedule can maintain your brain's episodic memory. One study linked busy schedule to better cognitive functions. So when our schedule is very tight, but with the very constructive things, it increases our retention power. One is mnemonic device. So there are so many techniques. I am taking some 4 or 5 techniques only. Acronym, acrostics, visual imaginary, rhymes and songs, and method of loci. What is acronyms? Acronyms means the amount of there are so many data. I am taking the first letter out of it like that, and I am memorizing this word that first letter of every word, and from that I am collectively remembering the whole things. And the second one is also acrostics. Acrostics means I am making certain lines, one phrase or some lines, and in that first phrase, first letter of the every phrase, there is a data connected to that, and I am trying to memorize it, so it becomes easy. So rhymes and songs, imaginary, and by the visual images, it is becomes easier. Means we all know that one picture gives information so many things. If we express in the terms of the lines or the sentences, it can become 2-3 pages, but it can convert it into single photo image like that. So method of loci is very it is very unique method. I think none of you have listened. Means no one. So I will tell that. The method of loci means for example, if I want to organize certain thing. So when I want to organize certain thing means for example, if I want to organize one birthday party, right? So what I will do means I will imagine that now is birthday will start at 6 p.m. So I will enter at 6 p.m. So I will see that the chair are arranged, this is arranged. So means I'm going through all this process, what will happen. So when I will go through this process, I will know that this is what are the things which are missing, so I should bring into the picture. Like that means I am organizing so many things while going through a process by sitting only in one place like that. This is called as a method of loci. It is not working. Sleep. So this is a reference for the sleep. That the sufficient sleep is crucial for memory consolidation as it helps solidify acquire knowledge information. Research has shown that stress hormones such as cortisol can interface with memory information and retrieval processes. So we should at least sleep for 6 hours. So, so this is very important. So many people, so many students during their exams period, they sleep for very less time. So it becomes very difficult. So what we think that sleeping less and giving a more time. This is not the way. At least we should be for sleep for 6 hours. So food and brain health. So our food is connected to the memory. It's what we eat that we become. It's like that. So in Ayurvedic practice, sattvic food are thought to increase energy, happiness, calmness, and mental clarity. In practice, that means eating things that are vegetarian, nutritious, fresh, and organic. Like so, means sattvic food is very important for a creative mind, for thinking mind, for problem solving skills like that. So what sattvic foods include? It is in a blue color. Right? So it include grain, fresh fruit, pure fruit juice, nut and seed milk, cheese, nuts, sprouted seeds, honey, herbal tea, ghee, etc. And what type of food we should avoid in the sattvic diet? Like like salty and sour foods, tea, coffee, alcohol, onion, garlic, frozen food, fast food, microwaved foods, processed food, meat, fish, eggs, etc. So these are the certain tips. So this is the reference health line. So physical exercise and brain health. So our physical exercise is also related to brain health. So Physical exercise has a profound impact on brain health and cognitive function. Numerous studies have shown that regular exercise can improve various aspects of brain function, including memory, attention, reasoning, and executive functions. Yoga, physical, mental. So here means it is clearly shown that our physical health, our physical exercises, what we are doing, it is connected to the mind. So therefore there are so many people they are doing yoga, right? So we we also have a every morning yoga session at 6:30, right? So it connect, but that's why we yoga is connected to our physical health, brain health. So this is the reference. Meditation. So from our in the ancient India, so many people are doing meditation. So studies have shown that regular meditation can lead to an increase in gray matter volume in several brain regions, including the prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and amygdala. So meditation process such as focused attention or concentration meditation can improve the attention and concentration skills. So here the meditation is directly connected to our concentration skills and attention power. So that's why so many people, that's why so many students use do meditation. So meditation helps us to for memory retention. So this is very my small presentation. Thank you.
Uh, do we have any questions here?
It's nice to hear from young mind, a young person, right? See, you have given a lot of tips to the youngsters. In fact, it's suitable for everyone.
Yes.
Being a graduate student, what are the things you missed and what are the things you had earlier before commencing your BTech degree, so that other people can also understand the need of having such kind of skills for acquiring higher studies, not only studies, their career also.
What are the things that I missed?
What are the things you missed and what are the things you had and
From
how
this.
you overcome such kind of.
So I have written here so many things, but I followed very few things. But means I for for the giving presentation, I went 2-3 days back and I was searching for that. At that time, I realized that so many things I was doing wrong. So I am also trying to follow. I also started little things. So means slowly, I think everyone you can follow.
On your slide on the tips for memorizing, started with acronyms, then on the left side rhymes, then loci, and the other two acrostics. Huh? What is acrostics?
Acrostics means we are making a phrase. Means one sentence, and in every sentence, the first letter of that sentence it is connected. Means I want to memorize the names of all the planets. So I'm taking the first letter of every planet, and I'm making one meaningful sentence. So when I make after making the meaningful sentence, I'm memorizing that sentence and then taking the first letter of that things and memorizing. That is acrostics.
And how do you use visual imagery?
Visual imaginary means I remember that when I was in 10th standard, I attended one seminar. In that visual imagery means they are making various stories. Means if there is a some answer to some means for example there is some geographical question and there is answer some there is an answer for that question in 5-6 lines. I'm taking the keywords from every line sentence. Then after taking the main keywords, I'm I'm connecting these keywords through the story, through imagination. Like that, that is a visual imaginary. So it helps us to memorize things very easily, and it also we will remember for a very long period of time, not for just for the exam like that.
That will be acrostics. Right? What is just told will be acrostics.
It is means we are remembering through pictures, and it is just a sentence.
Thank
Okay. Which one? Acha, method of flow का है. Method of flow का, I have given example. I will give once again. Means I want to plan a birthday party, right? So what are the things I should means means I will imagine that I am going to a birthday party. I will mean at 6 p.m. it will start. At 6 p.m. I went inside. So what are the things should be ready? There should means the food arrangement should be ready. The sitting arrangement should be ready. The cake should be ready, right? So when I'm going through the process, everything is coming into the picture. What are the things is required to organize the things? So by going through the process, it is means we are not going actually. We are sitting in one place and thinking that this is happening. This is now the birthday party is over. So all these things I will write down. So this is required. Table is required. Cake is required. A knife is required to cut the cake. Like that means I'm going through the process. That is called as a method of loci.
I'll give you an example that Yogesh was practicing day for yesterday. When after the end of the session and after the dinner, we were all sitting together and we were deciding how the trip goes and what we are doing. So what we were saying कि हम लोग यहाँ से निकले तो निकलने समय टोटो चाहिए होगा, कितने टोटो चाहिए होंगे. फिर वहां से हम लोग घाट पे गए तो घाट पे कितना बड़ा बोट होगा, वो कहाँ जाएगा, किस समय कहाँ किस मंदिर में जाएंगे. So yesterday's visit that we actually did, we all did the same trip in our imagination day for yesterday night. So
That is the example of method of loci.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Yogesh.